Yeah, but yeah.
No, we're live now. It's not on.
Okay.
I know you have one
just,
for yours, right?
Yeah. Well, it's just in the banner. If you go over to their branding in the banner.
Yeah, I have
pretty
it too.
Sweet.
So I love this. This is how these should start, which is like us just having a conversation, because that's what this was like started with, and like we were in the middle of a conversation as we went live. So I got to put my other screen up to get the Facebook page up in there, or group up in there. But anyway, so hello everyone. How's everyone doing? How you doing, brother? You just got done with a training.
Yeah.
You just jumped like right over here from that, or did you have a chance to breathe at all?
I ran to the fridge. That's what I did. No, but it's exhausting. It's exhausting because people ask such great questions, and I learn a ton every time I host one of these things, and my mind is spinning. Like hopefully their mind is spinning, and now I get to talk to you and just kind of decompress. You help me come down from it. So,
all right. Well, those were like intelligent questions, good stuff going there. I'm not going to do anything intelligent, so
that's why I'm here, man.
I'm not going to challenge your intellect at all right now. That's not going to happen. So we got people popping in here. What's up, Caitlin? Carly, Lindsay, Megan. Megan was in your training. She said Dave's training was awesome, all capitals.
She's here for the same reason I am right now, just to have a drink and relax a little bit, because it gets intense.
I get it. I'm not going to lie. I went back and watched the ambassadors
let's talk about
hangout that you did.
7 minutes, Jeff. Go for it.
And like to say I wasn't sitting over here just like really like just like blushing a little bit. I do need to note though, like it was going really well. It was like Jeff's awesome, Jeff's amazing, and then Dave's like, let's stop that, and took it another way. So like you're kind of on the list.
I told you not to watch. Did I not say don't watch?
You're like, don't watch it. Hey, whatever. Hi, Holly. Sammy's here. Brianna's here. Michelle's here. Long time no see. Spent a lot of time with the people today.
I know. I feel like this is a family. It really is. I mean, the same.
It really is. It's a family.
I'm
telling you, it is. What's up? What are you drinking?
This is a Sam Adams Porch Rocker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I'm drinking I don't even know where this is at. I don't think it says where it's at. It's Jackie O's. I think it's in Youngstown, Ohio. I could be completely wrong.
I will Google it for you right now.
Jackie O's Pub and Brewery. It's called Who Cooks For You? It's a double dry hopped hazy pale ale, and that was sent to hooked up with this from our friends at Rivalry Brews, who you can see their logo and stuff on here. They ship Ohio craft beers. I think they're in 16 states now that they ship to. They're working on more. So if they don't ship to your state yet, you need to let me know so I can get on those guys and get awesome.
It. Jackie O's is in Athens, Ohio.
In Athens, Ohio. Okay, it's a little bit. Yeah, Athens, Ohio. It's like kind of between here and in Columbus.
Okay,
so about an hour or so south of me. So Rivalry Brews, those guys are good guys. They were basically like, "Oh, you do something with teachers. We love teachers. Can we help?" And then I just wanted to help support and stuff. So got some koozies that I didn't use today, and some other. I'm trying to find where that is. I don't know where I put my koozie, but I got my nice Penguin City, which is a great Youngstown beer. There and then I have beer over there that I haven't sent to you yet. I need to get to you. But
yeah, anyway. You do.
So shout out to them. We love it. It was fun, right?
Or better than that, I mean, you drove him at Chad halfway to the end of the social distance thing. Why don't I just do that and come pick it up?
We've already been talking about this. So that's true. I'm going to hold it. That's why
here's a true story. I'm going to confess here. So on Friday, we jokingly were saying, hey, let's get together. Let's do this thing. So I had it in my calendar today that I was going to drive down to your house today, knock on your door at like 3:50 p.m.
Was that you? Hey,
man. Well, here's the problem. I'm an idiot. So I had it all in my head. I was doing
this. You scheduled your training.
And then I looked at my calendar last night and was like, well, crap. That can't work. So I figured the thought was there, though, Jeff. The thought was there.
What do we figure? It's about like 3.5, right?
Yeah.
Between us? Yeah. So we talked about maybe meeting up around Toledo-ish or something like that. Right? Is that,
yeah.
Toledo, Sandusky, anywhere in there.
I'll drive anywhere for you, man.
Oh, come on now. Hey, Tracy. There you go. Hey, Tracy. Tracy probably knows some Penguin City. She's over in Youngstown. So good to see you, Tracy. So Dave, so your training was on. Was it an SBG training?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I like to say, I always go to say like the one you've done before, but I'm like, I don't think they're ever the same thing because you change them based on the responses you get.
Yeah.
Your trainings are literally different every time because you're adjusting based on the challenges you get, the new ideas you get, the conversations you then have afterwards that then lead into other conversations and stuff. So how different was today's training to the one that I attended at the end of June?
Oh my God.
Other than your face and voice.
I can say it this way. I did one of these on Monday, and what I did today, I mean, just the stuff I talked about was different. Megan can tell you, I have the slide deck, and I skipped over like 10 slides and said, we're not going there. We're not going there. And I started telling other things based off of the phone calls I've had with people since the end of the text. Like I couldn't even tell you what was presented when you attended. The one standard line, I know you tweeted this all the time, and I say it all the time now. There's no standard way to do standards-based instruction or standard-based grading. Yeah. That's the takeaway from all of it. A standard is standard if it's standard, but there's no standard way.
There is no. Exactly. Yeah. So, before we go any further, if you're watching right now, do me a favor. Either tag in a comment or retweet this or share this on Facebook, wherever you're at. Share this out and tag any of your coworkers, your friends or family, whatever, who need to take a brain break right now.
That's it.
Need to take some time. This has become basically Dave and I are giving you permission to just chill out for about an hour with us. So if you got a friend, an administrator, a colleague, a family member, whatever that needs to chill out right now, either tag them in a comment or share this to their wall or tweet out and do it, whatever it needs to be. Take a minute and do that, and then we'll start talking again.
I'm just gonna sit.
Can we just sit here awkwardly?
I can't do it.
Be careful if you are in our Facebook group. Careful if they're not already a member of the group, they're gonna have to get in. So it might take.
Or just use Twitter. Retweet it on Twitter and tag them.
Yeah, so retweet it on Twitter if you're here. I see names coming up, so that's awesome. So thank you. I see Brandon's. Brandon, good to see you, dude. I see Brandon doing marking a couple people there. My phone is ringing from my son. Sorry. So all right, cool. So did the training? You have any more trainings this week? Or are you typically one a week, or are you doing more often?
Yeah, I this one I'm done with this for the foreseeable future right now. I'm working with a couple of school districts. I got a school in New Jersey I'm working with, and another one in Tennessee I'm working with a little bit, but I'm done with the webinar thing right now.
All digital work with them right now, virtually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Natalie, good to see you. Awesome. That's great. We're actually scheduled to go somewhere in next month or this month later on, which is interesting to see. I mean, obviously we'll be social distance and we can be much easier than kids, but because we'll be at the front of the room, Chad and I staying away from everybody, but it's interesting to see so much what we're doing right now is all virtual, obviously. So Adam stopped watching The West Wing for this.
Wow. What are you thinking, Adam?
He's thinking he's got his priorities right. That's what he's thinking. I love it, Adam. Good job. So let's see here. We started doing our drop-ins today or on Monday. I got to do it this morning, which was a blast. I had Livia and Sammy and Caitlin on there, which is really cool.
I was gonna say you ended up with the dream team for yours. I posted this, but Ray got stuck with me yesterday, and you got these all-star rock stars today. How did that happen? You guys drew straws, or did you called it was like a draft and you went first?
All-star rock star.
Yeah. Okay.
You know how the worst team gets to pick first?
Oh, that makes perfect sense. I got you.
Worst team.
It's a fantasy football draft. You did the round robin, and
actually, so it's just a little insight. So when Ray's hey, I think we should do 2 weeks of the daily drop-ins leading into school to help support. And we're hey, of course. And she's okay. So she sets it up and she schedules herself for all of them because she's if no one can do it, I'll just do them all, right? And then we're hey, well, we can take some or whatever. Or she realizes that she has other things in her life to do. So she's hey, if you want to take any. And so then we got to go in and pick because she had already lined everyone up. And I'm oh, that's one, that one. No, don't want to do Dave. I'll do this one. And so yeah, I just grabbed a couple and did it. She asked me, I think about one of them. I think I got one next week too. And then we're doing the very last one, the 14th. We're doing just bringing a bunch of our team on to just kind of
cool.
Show some love and have some fun with the team and stuff like that. So, that's that. All right, I got to stop again because I love everyone who's paying attention and who's in here. It's amazing that people are watching, but we have 28 people watching, and we literally have 3 likes or hearts. Does Dave need to drink more? Is that what has to happen right now?
Chug. I'll chug till the heart stops.
Kaplan, can we get some hearts or some likes here, buddy? Also, feel free to post in the comment like what are you drinking, and it absolutely, I want to be very clear, it does not have to be alcoholic.
Exactly, especially if you're sitting in your classroom all alone. That's not a good look.
I'm actually working on a co-sponsor for this segment. That's a coffee place, so we're going to work on that potentially or something like that. So if you're drinking coffee, if you're drinking tea, if you're drinking water, or if you're just drinking air, whatever, let us have it. Let us know what's going on. How's your running and stuff going? We haven't talked about that for a while. I know
we haven't been talking about it.
I didn't mean to bring that up. That wasn't meant to get that reaction, but I know you went on, you did your like little getaway, and I know you came back and you were struggling a little bit to get back, and I totally get that because obviously we talked about like my mental struggles with that and stuff. Well, like how you feeling? Where are you at?
Lazy, man. That's the bottom line is lazy. So, and here's the problem. I put out all this stuff on social about how I was running across Michigan and 386 miles, whatever, and put all these dates, and people will like you will notice, hey, I'm not seeing those posts anymore. What's going on? I'm still running across Michigan. I think the problem is, so people, if you know Michigan, where if you're seeing this right now, it's like this. I don't know how to do this on the screen, but you got the Lower Peninsula, Upper Peninsula, and then there's the cool little Mackinac Bridge. I made it to the Mackinac Bridge, and I'm like, okay. I'm in the UP. I'm close enough. And now I'm just plotting along. I'm a couple miles here and there.
Is that one when you put it in, it shows you as you're progressing across? That's how you know where you're at?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Does it make up for like the difficulty of running through just like the stench of Michigan? Does that make it harder?
I'm just going to drink.
I'm just saying. So, no.
Okay, because I know there are a lot more of you that feel that way than there are of me. So I'm just gonna
let it go. I'm loving this. So I got Bree says she's been training all week. She's drinking Diet Coke. Brianna, when I first saw that, I thought you said I am on cup of coffee 44. I was like, what is that? No alcohol for me yet. Jeff said the power of the word yet. We got water there. We've got some really, really strong coffee. We've got, let's see, iced coffee. More a busy day. Carly, you're always busy. We got iced coffee. I love some iced coffee. That sounds really good right now. I might move to iced coffee after we get done with this. So, coffee right now. BMX. Oh man,
awesome! Holly, like BMX.
Holly, what? Take some picture. Can we get some video on Facebook or something of your son's BMX? I love watching BMX. Running across Ohio sounds better. It's also shorter, so it's much better.
Well, I'd probably run a whole lot faster if I was trying to get out of Ohio.
Totally forgot you guys were meeting today.
No, Teach Better Team is always on. How do you forget? Yeah, just go on Facebook and they're there.
I don't know what's going on with Joe, man. That seems like maybe Joe's drank too much this morning already. No. Tim Hortons, yeah. I love it. Oreo ice cap. Interesting.
We might have to explain Tim Hortons to those people that are not from these parts.
From anybody who doesn't know Tim Hortons, that's like the Canadian Dunkin' Donuts, only a lot better in my opinion. I love Tim Hortons. It's great stuff. So, so I have good news. So we talked about, I was running, I've been dealing with my knee hurting really bad, right? And it's been like, I'm talking to the point where like I can't walk, I can't go down the stairs. The other day on Friday, or no, I don't know what day it was. Thursday, I had to like bump down the stairs like on my butt because it hurt so bad. And my family, being awesome, said, "Hey, for your birthday, go get a bike." Because I'm like, maybe I'll start biking because it's less impact, lower impact. I could do it. Well, Friday I got the bike. I went for it was like 4.5 mile ride, and I couldn't walk Friday. After about an hour after, I'm like, oh man!
And you were so excited about this too.
I was so excited. I mean, I got the helmet, I got gloves, I got water bottle, I got packs, I got lights. I'm like set. I was so pumped because I like riding a bike, and I've never had an excuse to like go out and get it now as an adult. And so I was really excited about like this transition into that and stuff. And so I was really upset. And then Friday evening, my wife's a vet tech, and there's this like loop thing. It looks like a necklace that they use on dogs. That it's electrotherapy. Like it sends.
I hope people pick up on what you said. That your wife is a vet, and there's this thing that they use on dogs.
On animals. Now, with that being said, there is instructions for use on humans too, but their primary focus is on animals. They're
written in crayon that you did yourself, but go ahead.
It's anti-inflammatory, so it actually sends like a reverse current, I guess, of electricity through, and that's, I don't know, I don't understand science, right? So science, that's beyond my comprehension. So I put this thing on, and I went from 15 minutes. I went from like excruciating pain to zero pain. So I'm like, okay, interesting. So Saturday, I'm like, I'm just not gonna ride, not do anything. I'm just gonna use this loop because you can use it every like 4 hours. Sunday, I went and rode, did 5 miles, 5.25 miles, came back right away and put the loop on, zero pain.
A loop that's made for dogs.
Loops made for dog, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then Monday went out, and yesterday went out. Monday did it again. Yesterday I went for a ride. I just like 2.5 miles. Didn't do the loop, zero pain. So this is good, Dave, because maybe it fixed me. Because
have you ever seen Teen Wolf?
Maybe I'm part dog.
There you go.
That could be what's going on. I'm not sure.
Teen Wolf, man. Here you go.
I'm not sure. Adam's sad that the games moved to October 24th.
I'm excited about that.
Carly's coming up with more shirt ideas. Ooh, I do like that idea.
That is pretty good.
Ooh, hold on. Dave, talk. Talk.
Always on.
You can make fun of me if you want, but go ahead and talk.
I'm going to tell you right now, Carly Spina is somebody that needs to get on here because Carly Spina is always on, but she's not always on, if you know what I mean. She's like always here.
So I'm not here enough, right?
That's what I'm saying. Put Carly Spina on here. She's amazing. Spina.
I'm thinking. I have ideas now. Sorry, Carly, this is going to happen. I'm going to make it for you. I have an idea of some other things come from that. So, yeah, Bree, we got to get your Play Better shirt done too. I got a lot of shirts. You
got a lot of shirts, man. You're going to be like the $6 tees guy. You're going to have all these little shirts, and you just pick ones you want and go with it.
We need to do some. Carly, you want to come on? Carly, hit me on Twitter.
Come on, Carly. Come on, Carly.
Let me know if you're able to jump on real quick. So anyway, so now I'm in the spot, and we'll go through Jeff's thinking, and you can tell me, since you're a doctor, whether it's a good thinking or not. So my thought is, okay, so I rode again with no pain, but I only did 2.25. I didn't do the full 5. So I took today off to relax. Tomorrow I'm going to go 5 miles on the bike with no loop.
Okay.
And if I have no pain then I'm going to go for a run the following day with no loop and see, because here's my thought process is I think maybe I was hurt and I never gave it enough time, or there was like this inflammation that was there and this electrotherapy part knocked it out, and maybe I'm set, which would just be like celebration. We're doing a 3-hour brain break with champagne at that point, because this thing has been affecting me for a month and a half now, basically, like since I started to try to come back from the marathon and stuff. So that's my thought process, Doc.
Okay. So you know how doctors really work, because they don't ever give answers. They just ask more questions. So let's go there. So it's interesting that you say, maybe I just needed some rest.
Hold on, one real quick. Michelle, I am working on that as well, just so you know. Go ahead.
You said, maybe I just needed some rest. And did you ever give it rest?
So I did, but yeah, I took, so there was a 3-week period where I ran, and then I gave it I went at least 5, or the one time I went 5 days, then I ran again 5 days, then I ran again, then I took 6 days off. And
then it hurt more.
Yeah.
So the rest doesn't seem like to be the answer.
So then my thought is, what if there was like some inflammation there that wasn't enough time, but this electrotherapy, which has been proven scientifically to treat inflammation, that maybe it fixed it. That's what I'm trying to think. So like my thing is like, all right, I'm going to risk going out and hurting, but I'm already hurt anyway. If that's the case, like, get out there. And, I don't know. No?
Or maybe you're just a dog.
What's that?
Maybe you're just a dog.
Maybe I'm just the dog. Which still problem solved, right?
Right.
So, Joe, I think we should do that. We could do a shirt with your face and my face on it. We should find like an old like OSU Michigan like rivalry shirt or poster, and instead of the helmets, it'll be our faces. You're like awesome. Scramming in like where they break, like. Anyway, got off the rails here. So, how is your prep for your college courses going right now?
Oh my gosh.
When do you start? Like, when do your students start?
Okay, so let me unpack this for anybody else that might be listening. So yeah, transitioning out of K-12 space full time right now, and doing the full professor thing of ed leadership at my alma mater where I got my bachelor's. So I'm super excited about that. However, higher ed world is so different than K-12. The way that my boss described it is that I'm now an independent contractor with no boss but tons of expectations, which is terrifying yet exciting. Right? Yeah, I'm an independent contractor
with no
right?
boss, but
tons of expectations. So there are 3 buckets that I'm responsible for. One is like research and whatever the boring stuff, got to publish articles and all that. There's one that's service, which is kind of fun. I got to sit on committees and learn from other people. And then there's the teaching. But the teaching, according to him, is the least important part of it all, which is bizarre, but that
sounds about right.
That's the reality. I mean, yeah, you think back on your own college experiences and you're like, yeah, okay, that makes sense now. So that part doesn't stress me out at all. And that part, for me, it's super flexible and super easy. I'm teaching online. I was hired to be online before COVID and the pandemic. It was an online program in their master's, doctorate, and specialist programs for ed leadership. And those classes are 8-week classes that don't begin till the end of October. Right now, I'm officially part of the staff there. So I have to attend virtual meetings like once a week, and that's the job. The rest of it is completely on me just to serve, learn, write, and read. So it's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
We could do these more often then.
We definitely could. And on the clock. I mean, it's pretty cool.
2 things from comments here. Bree, I don't believe you unless we see a picture of it. And anyone asking about the family swag, Joe was waiting on this too, so I'll just let everyone know. I did something that I didn't know was a mistake when I was creating the family swag, and somehow because of the way the printer's back end works, I used the same file for a bunch of the different swag pieces, and apparently that confused it. And so it put a whole bunch of orders on hold. And so we got that fixed, and they should be moving. So if you order,
just to clarify, by the printer, you mean like not the actual person. So you don't mean like the printer, the person's back end didn't work. It was like the actual computer, whatever, right? Yes. Okay, I just wanted to clarify because I was like, what?
Well, I don't know. As far as I know, their back end still works, but the back end of the system got tangled up. So if you're waiting for anything with the Teach Better Family swag stuff, it's going to be a little delayed. So you can blame me. It's my fault. That's just the way it is. So, I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to make it up to you right now. I'm going to make everything all better. And everyone's going to be like, oh, Jeff, it's cool because you brought Carly Speen on screen. So like,
boom!
It's cool. You?
Hey!
I thought you were so busy.
Hey!
Like,
I am. This is my hour in between all my meetings today. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. I can join my 2 favorite guys.
This is the right hour.
This is the right hour. So
look at you,
Spina. Does every cup you own match what you wear?
I was going to say, like,
wow.
All colors all the time.
What do you got?
People get worried about me if I'm wearing black. They're like, is everything okay?
See, if that were me, I would just wear brown all the time because it's either beer or coffee. So that's impressive.
What are you on coffee right now?
I'm on coffee. Yep. Another iced coffee.
Iced coffee. Okay.
Iced coffee.
Do you do any kind of? You don't see? I love hot coffee. Even like on a hot day, I love a hot drink. Do you do actually? There's times where at night I'm like, man, I just wish I could have a hot drink to sip on. So I'll make hot chocolate, even though what I really want is coffee. But,
yeah.
Do you do any kind of like flavoring in there? Is it like
I always have to have like a flavor. So I get those like the big old jugs of like Starbucks iced coffee from the grocery store.
Okay. Yep.
All of it, like the vanilla one, the mocha one. I love it all.
Gotcha. You've got a lot of people just freaking out.
I was going to say, Carly, you got some fans here. That's impressive.
She's got some family.
Just for the record, Jeff and I get, I didn't know you guys were on today. And you get, Carly!
I completely forgot about these two, but look at this one. So how are you? How you been? How's life? Where are you at? Like your journey to starting back with school and stuff. Like where are you at? Like what's the plan and stuff?
Oh my gosh, I feel like the plans, just like everybody else, they're changing every 5 minutes.
Yep.
But I'm actually really fortunate. Our school district is really, really about like empowering teachers and like getting teacher input and feedback, which is a great thing, except I'm a district coach. So I serve all 8 schools and I am on not almost all of these. I'm on several summer work groups. So I'm like just meeting.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So it's a lot.
Are you going back in person, virtually, hybrid? What's the plan?
So right now we're going to go back in a remote plus setting. So
Air quotes, there's more to the story.
Yeah.
We're going to have our like most vulnerable student populations come in for some in-person learning opportunities, and then we're trying to explore like how to like build community in small groups. But again, that's our plan now, and that might change. And
we've seen some quite a bit of that, and a lot of people are calling it remote plus, is just because it's like remote plus, but they're adding this little addition of, and a lot of times it's the kids that need that extra attention that's really tough to do virtually, and they're allowed, and you're only bringing in a very small piece, group of the population, so you can be extra safe, you can have more control over it, and they're able to do that. Yeah. Which is good, and hopefully they're taking the right precautions and putting things in place.
Now, Carly, with your role, does that mean it's like majority of the students that you would typically serve and work with?
So it depends. So like we have students who are just entering the country for the first time, probably again a few months ago. So kids from all over the world who are just learning English during the first few months. So kind of our lower level of proficiencies, we would see them probably more often. But it's not necessarily. Some of the kids who are duly identified as an English learner, but also have an IEP, those I think are going to be our biggest priority for coming in person. And then also there's just some families that we know that are dealing with hard times, or there are situations of trauma. So we want to make sure we're targeting those students, or students who are really disengaged in the spring. So they don't even have to, they don't have to be a language learner or have an IEP. So it's kind of nice that we have that freedom. We have that flexibility to bring kids in.
Dave, this is Caitlin doing that?
I know that. I saw that, and I was like, I didn't want to interrupt Carly, but yes, Caitlin, I am super pumped.
All right, hold on. I gotta switch my headphones real quick, but then I need to know what's going on here.
Do you?
I feel left out. So, what chat's going on with you and Caitlin? Caitlin, why am I not aware of this? I don't like this at all.
Well, Dad.
Yeah,
Caitlin and I.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Caitlin is
I don't like
turning
your
into quickly like one of my BFFs here. We see a lot of things about the world the same way, and we tend to approach things the same way. And I don't know if she wants me to say that or not, because that probably paints her in a horrible light. But we're just going to have an amazing conversation about some ideas that we have on how to share some of our views with other people.
I know some of these ideas.
Yes.
So
I love it. I'm excited to hear more about it. I love Caitlin.
Caitlin is like, seriously, anytime I can attach myself to Caitlin Giordano, I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do it.
Caitlin, make sure you ping me after this conversation, all right? Wink, wink. Ping is how we communicate. It's our text to the team. So anyway, that's awesome.
That's
so
like
hi, Caitlin.
Nextel circa 1999 talk, Jeff Gargas.
It was Ping, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we internally for our team, we use a program called Basecamp, which is a task management system that also has, there's a for different teams or projects. There's a chat, basically a group chat that's called a campfire. So it's like people are talking around the campfire. That's the whole thing. But then you can ping, which is just an instant message back and forth. But it's called ping. So we talk a lot of times like, hey, ping me.
You got yourself right out of that conversation that aged you so much.
All right, who is that you again, Caitlin? Say you're sorry you didn't run this by me because you commented as the Teach Better team, which is hilarious. And Andrea's asking, do I sense a book in the making? I think they're doing a movie. Like a full feature film. They got James Cameron coming in. It's gonna be incredible.
I said if I ever get to make a movie about my life, I want Caitlin Giordano to play me. That's what I said. So let's do it.
Spot on.
Right?
Spot on. I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
So all right.
That's if Brad Pitt's not available, because I know there's more of a resemblance there, right?
So real question time. And I would be okay if you still confirm that is your answer, but I'd like to go the other way. If there was a movie about Dave Schmittou, about your life, 2 questions, and everyone in the comment can chime in here. What would the title be?
Wow.
And who would play Dave Schmittou?
Wow. Oh man,
Ooh.
I almost feel like I need to just answer real quick before comments start coming in because I don't, I don't want to know if I see these.
Caitlin's in regardless, so I don't know who. I'm like, who's out there right now that would?
You know who I would do?
Shannon Tatum, maybe.
Oh, I'll take that.
Tatum.
There
Mark
you go.
Wahlberg. I'll go with some Mark Wahlberg.
No, actually, Donnie Wahlberg. I think Donnie Wahlberg would play a good Dave Schmittou.
Back in the New Kids on the Block days, I'll go with that.
No, like right now.
Okay.
But you have to.
Noah Wiley. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
Ed Burns or Noah Wiley. Yeah. All right. Interesting. What would the title be?
Oh man.
Title: Bring the Fire.
Boom.
Mm.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
What's fire, Caitlin?
I love that.
I'm gonna have to really think about this. I feel like I just got asked an interview question, and I'm like, I got to come up with an answer.
This is an interview. You're being interviewed.
Okay.
A lot of stuff riding on this right now.
Yes.
Man.
You don't know, but I actually have a full-fledged production studio that I run.
So, you've heard me say this before, but I'll say it again. One of the people that I admire most in the world, and no, I'm not talking about you, Jeff, Tim McGraw. If I could get Tim McGraw to step out and be me,
Yes.
boom. Yes, please.
I could see it.
You were thinking Tim McGraw. I was actually going to say if Kenny Chesney.
I'll take Kenny Chesney. Funny story. So this is crazy. I was at a water park down in Florida a couple years ago, and I was standing in line for a water ride, and this little kid comes and taps me on the shoulder and said, "My mom wanted me to ask, are you Kenny Chesney?" And I was like, "What? No."
I can see Kenny Chesney.
I don't see it at all, but I thought it was so funny.
I can see it. Holly says no more itty bitty schmitties. I don't.
We'll play it, Holly.
I don't know. Caitlin says poking the bear, which would fit.
Yeah,
which would make sense. Which would make sense.
Oh, what about Book Pimp?
Book Pimp is what it should. That'd be if we went the comedy route. It would be Book Pimp. And it would just be that the whole time.
That's
so now
awesome.
we got a lot of New Kids on the Block stuff going on right now. Kenny or Tim would be perfect.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Michelle was thinking Kenny Chesney too.
See,
All right, I'll make some calls. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be good. We'll figure it out. So,
are we going to return that question now for you guys?
No, so here's my thought: is I guess you could, but I'm curious. I was going to ask who would play me in your story because obviously I'd be a very prominent character in that movie.
You're in my story?
I'd be in. Oh, of course. I'm not in it.
Sorry. You're the lead. You are the lead in my story.
No. I don't need to be the lead. I'd win best supporting actor. Like whoever plays me would be there. So I don't know. So
who would play Jeff?
Who played? I am interested. I do want to kind of see the comments. What if it was my life, my one, which would honestly probably have Ray as the lead, and I'd be just like a cameo character. But I'm interested to see where they go with that. If I get you got some pretty nice, you got some nice ones there. I did.
I'm thinking with Spina. I'm looking right now like Renee Zellweger or something.
Oh yeah.
I'll take that.
Call Renee.
Yeah.
Joseph Matthew Perry.
Oh, he's still going with the Chandler route.
He's stuck with the Chandler route.
I like that. I don't know. That.
I don't know. Maybe that could be it. I'd be.
See, Matthew.
The question is Matthew Perry
Chandler Bing.
But Matthew Perry before the drug, or Matthew Perry after the drug,
in the midst.
Which one am I? Because there was 2 seasons there where it was a completely different person. You're like, whoa, and then he got really thin because of all that stuff. Adam says Ed Norton.
Oh, back in American History X days.
He was ripped. Heck yeah, I'd take that. I don't think that's accurate, but whatever.
I don't think he was walking with dog collars on his knees.
All right, so because she's not here, who would play Ray?
Oh,
well, first off, I do want to know what would the title of mine be. I'm interested. Interesting.
Boss.
The
boss.
That'd be Caitlin's.
Oh, okay.
What would but then also who would play Ray? Because Ray would probably be in both of these movies.
Oh my gosh.
So is it that's a good question. I'm trying to think.
I'm stumped.
I'm stumped too. I'm Ray. I have a few. I'm trying to get. I have images of actresses and I can't think of their names. Anyway,
How about like Natalie Portman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam says Jeff of all trades.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good play.
Well played, yeah.
Good play. I don't know. I think the closest we know is definitely Carly Renee Zellweger. I can't say that last name apparently. Wow.
I can't say it either, but I'll take it.
What success looks like with a squiggly line picture.
What?
Oh, you know what she's talking about. The success line, like success looks like this.
Oh, I got you. Like a little mean and it's not a straight line.
That's pretty accurate.
Gotcha.
I don't know, Holly. I think Holly's pulling up pretty good here.
You're bad. Oh, that's pretty good.
I mean, if I had my way, it'd probably be bourbon better, but like Rivalry Brews doesn't sell bourbon, so if you guys are watching. Anyway, good stuff. We can go away from that moment now. I got nothing. Like I'm just sitting here. I'm like kind of enjoying the comments at this point. But
no, it's fun for sure.
Carly, let's go back to your life for a second. So your meetings today, all the stuff you got going on today, have all been with your like supporting your teachers.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. And then I show you guys. I got 2 foster puppies.
No.
Oh my gosh, an adorable one.
So cute. They're
I don't think I saw that.
So when you're fostering, are you allowed to like just take them across state lines? And are you trying to find homes for them?
Well, yeah, you're trying to
I
find
saw all
homes.
these pictures and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, when you foster, you try and take them across state lines.
Well, it depends on the states and all that, but we're pretty much strictly the Chicagoland area and like a little bit up north, but not as far as you. We're like
down there. Okay.
Fun fact, Dave, is
southern Wisconsin-ish.
We fostered 7 pit bulls that went to Michigan.
Wow.
Oh.
And by 7, I mean a mommy and her 6 babies that we were supposed to have for 3 days, and because of a snowstorm in Michigan, we ended up having for 3 weeks. And if you can imagine how 6 pit bull puppies grow and waste in the early years, it was interesting. But I have pictures of the 6 puppies attacking my little nephew when he was a little, like just a toddler, and it's the most adorable thing in the world. Anyway,
so how do you get into fostering puppies? I'm curious.
So I had a girlfriend from elementary school who was doing it, and I was like, oh, puppies, like who wouldn't like puppies? So I started to message her, and I was like, so tell me about fostering. Like, do you have to pay money out of your own pocket? And she's like, no, girl, like everything is, they hand you puppies and they say, go home. They do all the stuff. And I was like, yeah, I want that. So
is this your first, or have you done it for a while?
No, this is probably 100 and 101 or something like that. But
okay, so a lot. Okay.
Yeah, we've been fostering almost 6 years. So
yep. We did it for about 3-4 years.
Is that better than like having your own pet?
I mean, I have my
pros
own
and cons.
too.
Oh, you have your own too. Okay.
Pros and cons for sure. Like there's some animals that you're like, okay, off you go into the world. I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to release you. But there's some that like, they melt your heart and they connect with you and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't give you up. But then you know that like in a few days, another transport will come and more dogs will need a place. So
that's fun.
That's awesome.
And
are all puppies cute? Because the ones you got right now are like strip adorable.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. But yeah, every single puppy is cute. Every puppy.
So now, do you do strictly puppies?
Yes.
Okay.
There was one time that we did an adult dog. He was a Shih Tzu with special needs. He had partial paralyzation in his back leg. So he didn't have a wheelchair at the time. So we got him a wheelchair. We taught him how to. Yeah, it was really cute. He was like the talk of the neighborhood. Like, people were stopping their cars to like get out and see him. He was really cute.
See, we did for about 4 years, and it was all, we actually didn't outside of the pit puppies, that was a rare thing. Like we did just typically adult or at least a couple years old, and we were one of the only ones that worked. We worked with a rescue in the greater like Cleveland, Akron area, and we got a lot because we were one of the only homes that would take the pits because we both love pitties. And we also had a cat at the time, my cat Midnight, who was an older cat, still has his claws and knew how to use them. And they actually really liked that foster dogs could come and learn about what you can and cannot do to cats. So when he passed, Midnight was 3-0 versus pit bulls, just so you know. And I'm talking like legit battles, like blood all over the place, battles like of pit bulls trying to get this cat. and my cat whooping the snot out of him. One time where it actually, so I'm walking out of in our hallway, like there's bedrooms out the end and the bathroom. I'm like, open the door to the bathroom, and I see the cat go flying by, and I see Annie, who's actually the mom pit bull, so she's about 65 or so pounds, 65, 70 pounds, and she goes booking after her. I'm like, oh crap, like we didn't know. And I go running out, and cat goes up the drapes in the living room. Dog goes in, slams into the TV stand that we had, and it's when we had like an old like SD TV, like big thick TV. It falls, and I literally like dove to catch the TV because I'm like, the TV's falling. So that's the first reaction. I go catch TV. Meanwhile, the cat's up top, and the dog's like freaking out. The cat, the blinds break. Cat hits the ground. I'm like, oh, like, because if this dog wants to, like, the cat's dead, like in seconds right there. So I grabbed her collar, like just enough to like get her to like look. And she turned back, and the cat just goes boom, boom, boom. And on that third slap, I had blood all over me. He got her so good. And she just looked at me like, I just want to play. I just want to play. Cat took off, and I'm like, oh. So then later on that night, like I cleaned up, whatever, we got her all set up, and I'm telling Amy about it. She's like, oh, so that's what happened in the bedroom? I'm like, what happened? Because it was like our guest room, so I never went in there. I'm like, why? She's like, come here. And there's just blood over the wall. Like they had been going at, they had like gotten it. It was nuts. I mean, it was like that day I was like, man, this cat, like I always knew like he was pretty.
So much of this I have to point out. Number one, the difference in your two stories right now. Like this is Renee Zellweger with her cute little puppies, and we've got Ed Norton with his pit bull chasing cats, which is amazing. And then sweet little Amy, blood all over her guest room, and later on she's like, "Oh, so that's what happened." Like that's what prompts the question.
She's seen so much worse than that. But yeah, so and then we struggled with the first one that we fostered, then we were good. But you have those ones where you're like, we had this one who was a little punk, he was a pug mixed, like just the worst little dog, but he was like my worst little dog. I don't know if you know, like he was a little like punk dog, but like and it was a hard one. Like we took him to a house, and it was a great home, like a bunch of other little dogs that looked just like him, that they just started loving on each other. And, like it was the right fit when we left, but like that was the one that we left, and I'm like, ooh, like I'm feeling that right now.
Yeah.
We had some really cool ones. Just it was fun. We stopped after we had the kids and stuff, just because we were taking dogs that weren't always the best for.
Yeah. That's why we did puppies. Yeah. Our two kids, we were like, we just need to have.
Heck yeah, puppies. Yeah. That's awesome that you do that, though. That's such an important. It's a big help for those. Does she work? Your girlfriend, does she work with a rescue? Is that how that works?
She did at the time. She doesn't anymore. So we're still connected to that rescue, and then every now and then we'll help some other rescues if they have a big transport that's coming in and they don't have enough fosters. We're
big on the rescues. Both our dogs that we've had, or all three of our dogs, we're on a third now from being married, that have all been rescues. Older dogs, all the girls at my wife's at the vet clinic always joke that she likes the old crunchy ones.
Oh,
which is all we love doing, because we know we're giving them the best of the last couple of years, but it's also like typically we get a year to 3. Our first dog we had for like 7 years, but the last one we had for less than a year, and it was just like, it's tough, but it's fun. So we got this massive she's sorry, I just look and she looks hilarious behind me, but we call her a hippo because that's what she is. 80-pound pit, beautiful thing. Hey, sweetie, I'm talking about you, huh? So, did you have dogs, animals?
I got a little, sort of. I got a Maltipoo. So
okay, sort of. Sort of.
He thinks he's a cat. He sits on the back of the couch and just sits in the sun all day. Goes for a walk every night. That's all he does. He's a little fur ball. Super cute.
Oh, Jabby's so cute.
She heard me talking about her, so she got up and jumped on my lap. Okay, you need to get down. Okay.
She's like, but I'm really cute. My favorite.
Right?
She is, isn't she? She's
next week, can we just have her on the screen?
What's that? Yeah, you just want her?
Yeah.
It's fine. We can do that. I'm okay with that. You'd be okay.
Carly Spina and your dog, please.
Just you and Carly? Oh, you guys can have a conversation?
Yeah.
Maybe Carly will figure out that you speak Spanish or something.
There you go.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, get down.
There you go.
Carly, how many languages do you speak? Do you speak just Spanish? Is okay. I never asked you that. I've always wanted to know. I couldn't remember.
Just 2. I have a hard time with just 1.
Oh. No kidding.
Dude, it's so funny. So I'm bilingual. I started like formally learning Spanish like in high school. So I don't know. I'm pretty fluent. I was a bilingual teacher for several years.
Okay.
But there had been moments where my bilingual brain picks the wrong language and I mess it up. So I was walking down the hallway in one of our schools, and the word was on. There was a word on the board, on like a bulletin board, and I'm walking, and I'm like, "What does "te amates" mean in Spanish?" I'm like, "Te amates," and then I'm like walking the full length of the building, and I had to come right back to the bulletin board, and I'm sitting there staring at it for like a good minute, and I was like, "That says teammates." Like,
That's great.
That's
I love
awesome.
it. I love it. Okay, my laughter made her want to jump up on me again.
Oh.
Down. That's hilarious. I was wondering. I was like, "What is she saying?" I was trying to think of what the word is. Teammates. That's funny. That's good. That's hilarious. That's awesome. All right. Thanks for jumping on with us, Carly.
Yes, I have to run.
Yeah, we're gonna let you go. I know you got to get rolling here because you.
Yes, but thank you guys.
Days. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. You made it so much better.
Yeah.
More pictures of the puppies.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
more coming.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. That's fun. I like that we just randomly bring people in.
For sure.
Like
For
that
sure.
wasn't planned at all. If you can't tell from the randomness that we talk about here. So, man, I miss fostering. It was a blast. It was really cool.
Oh, did that seed just get planted in your head again?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of the kids so we can foster again. Because my daughter would fall way too in love with all of them.
Yeah, that's not
we just end up with like 15 dogs, and that's only that. She's enough. But so you have the no cats, just the dog.
Just the dog. No, I'm not a cat person at all. At all.
I never thought I was. And it was actually when we were married. We were both dog people in the sense that we had dogs when we were kids, right? But then both our childhood dogs had passed, and we're actually not even married yet. We're getting ready to marry. We got the house, and we're both like, we went to the beach, and we saw a dog on the beach, and we were both like, we should get a dog. And we're like, no, we should totally not get a dog yet. Like, we're planning on waiting on this. We're like, let's get a hamster. Or no, we got a fish. It was a fish first. Let's get a fish. And I'm like after 3 days having fish, I'm like, well, this is boring. I'm like, let's get a hamster. I'm like, then we get the hamster. I'm like, well, I mean, he's cool, but like, he doesn't love me.
Right. Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, maybe let's get a cat. So this was when I had the record label, and Amy was working at the vet, and she brings this cat home and stayed with us for a weekend just because they needed it. It needed somewhere to stay for the weekend. And I had been struggling to sleep like nobody's business for like weeks. And for 3 days, I slept like a log because this cat curled up in my chest and just like calmed me down. And so I went away on a business trip for like 3 or 4 days. I come home and it was right. So get this, I go away it was actually on Valentine's Day weekend. So on Valentine's Day weekend, my Valentine's present to my wife, whose birthday is the 15th, by the way, was I went away for 4 days. And I get back, and she surprised me with a cat because she's just awesome like that. And so that's how we got Midnight, who I was talking about. We got another one now, but the one that we have right now came from a client of theirs at work, or one of the girls at work whose grandma was going into home and couldn't take the cats. Like, that's how we get our animals. Is like,
that's cool.
They're like her, and we're like, we kind of wait, and we're like, okay, let's wait for the one that no one else like Tasty. Like, she's 6 years old, something like that, 6, 7 years old. So not super old, but she has some issues. And she's a pit. So we're like, she's very unlikely to be chosen anywhere at a rescue because she's a pit bull. So a lot of people have bad thoughts, even though they're wrong. She's not a puppy, right? And she had some health issues. We're like, all right, we'll take her. Because we know like she's going to be good. Of course, then we get her and we find out all the other health issues she has. So but she's such a pain, but she's great. She's awesome. She's definitely our dog. So yeah,
that's cool. My last dog, like my favorite pet of all time, and don't hope my other dog's not listening right now, but I know he's whatever. It was a golden retriever, and I got him when I was student teaching. Like, I was still living in a little apartment. I was a bachelor, but he was being trained in the school I was student teaching at to be a Pause for Cause dog to help kids with that.
Yeah.
And so he had been trained to sleep under desks and turn on and off lights and all that. And when he went through his final round of training, they were fitting him with a choker collar, and they realized he had an undersized trachea, so he couldn't wear a choker collar without gagging. So he couldn't get certified. So the person that was training him was like, I got to find a place for them. I was like, I'll take him. So I had this dog who was a year-old golden retriever, amazing training, like to the point where he could go into the fridge and get drinks, turn on and off lights on the light switch. Was absolutely incredible. and had him for about 12 years.
Wow.
Phenomenal. Yeah. And now I got this cat dog. So
I got this cat dog. Oh man. That's like it's like talking about like if you were to have a conversation like this, but with Caitlin, then with me, I feel like that's how that would go. It's like this phenomenal, amazing thing, and then I got this Jeff guy. And
I'll let you know in about an hour.
Tony, good to see you, man. I saw Tony rocking live the other night. Sign language. He's rocking his Teach Better shirt. Like it's like nice.
Tony's awesome. I had a chance to actually talk to Tony last week.
Like you guys on the phone or
actual conversation? Yeah. No awesome dude.
Yeah, I can't remember. Tony, where are you at? I forget where he's located. I know we're connected on Facebook and stuff, but I can't remember where he's at. But yeah, good to see you. We're about to get off, but it was good to see you. Awesome to see everybody. Thanks to everyone who jumps in and says hi. Carly, Spina, thanks for jumping in. I know she had to run and putting up with Dave and I. It's great. Keep thinking about what the movies would be titled, who would play whom. Is it whom?
Which person would play which person? Let's go there.
Thanks, Doctor.
I hire editors for everything I do, man.
Good thinking. He's down in Houston. Gotcha. Cool. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, for hanging out with us for a little bit. I hope you were able to kind of like turn off for an hour and just maybe put us in the background or pay attention, whatever, and relax before whatever you're going to do today, whether you have to finish off your day now or if you're done and get ready to spend some time with your family or by yourself, whatever that is. So appreciate everyone jumping in. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, Master Chat over there. Oh, tonight, is it 6 o'clock?
Kids deserve
6
it.
o'clock Eastern time. Kids deserve it chat. # Kids deserve it. Ray is leading that chat. So I'll be there. So if you're in Kids Deserve It, I'll see you over there. If not, I'll see you tomorrow night on Master Chat. I think Ray is live tomorrow night, and I should know who our moderator is, but I'm going blank right now, so I apologize. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning's going to be fun. Ray and I are tomorrow morning with our drop-in with Shay and Pav from
the Staff Room Podcast?
Staff Room Podcast. I think tomorrow. Am I getting that right? Am I right? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Yep.
That is awesome.
And we're trying something fun. So we're going to talk about, what we're doing to get prepared for school. We're gonna do all the typical talk, but I think we're gonna have each duo. We're doing sort of like a newlywed type game.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome! I can't wait.
I don't know what the questions are. I just assume Ray has them all together. So we're gonna have some fun with Shane Pav. That'll be a good time tomorrow morning. So join us for the drop in at 9 a.m. Eastern time as well. So
I'm seriously excited right now. That's
awesome. So we will see you all then, and yeah, appreciate you. Have a good one.
Awesome.